Okay, welcome back, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Diego,
What's up?
AD's return. We'll talk about that in detail. You must be pretty excited about that. Got some light and fun topics today because both of us are slightly in a rush, but um, it's no big deal. We're going to take it easy on this podcast and enjoy it like we usually do. So, with that, Diego, how are you doing and what you got going on this week?
How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. I'm kind of banged up, man. Last Friday, I was playing basketball. Had a dude unintentionally like hit his knee with my knee. Didn't think it was a big deal, and then get back home and it's like swelling up a little bit, and I was like, "What is going on?" I looked it up, and it looks like I have like a little like bone bruise. It's fine now, and I played on Monday. But just interesting how I've never had a bone bruise before, and that just happened. And then Monday I played in the game and I rolled my ankle, the same ankle I injured, but it wasn't like terrible. Like I'm fine. It's just a little stiff. So kind of banged up. So I'm kind of taking the week off ball wise, but yeah, I haven't even had time to play if I would have wanted to. So it's been good though. It's been a good week. It's
I've
Thursday.
been I've been just crazy, man. It is Thursday, different day than how we
Mm-hmm.
usually do it. So
Yeah.
apologies is gonna go out pretty late, but yeah, no, I hear you. The other day when I went back to Naperville, our hometown, like I set like a I'll blame this on myself because I set a really bad screen. Like I basically
Oh,
surprised the guy
yeah.
defending. Like it was a really good screen because he didn't see me coming at all. It was kind of like a
Mm-hmm.
backdoor screen for the ball handler. He didn't see me at all. He just walked right into me and we bumped knees. So I
Yeah.
thought something had gone seriously wrong. I was like clutching my knee. I was on the ground and whatnot. I ended up
Jeez.
still playing because I'm stubborn and don't want to get out of the game, even if it's pickup. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, got to do the Kyrie, the Kobe thing, But um, yeah, no, I was on a hot streak last Wednesday doing pickups where I was like hitting like
Really.
three threes and a layup the same game. Like I could not miss. I found my shooting touch and I was like, okay, I just got to work out the same way, find more consistency, and shoot off the dribble. That's always been my weakness. And
Yeah.
then yesterday, went for pickups, missed every single shot, made bad passes.
Nice.
I got really good at passing, like
Okay.
over the past
That's
few
good.
years. But well, yesterday was just rough. I was sailing guys, like they were trapping me in the backcourt. Like I was like,
That's so
what the
annoying.
heck? I'm like, I just want to get him from the front court, and then you could play hard defense, man. But
Yeah.
hey, they were hustling out there, and
Yeah. It's pretty
I'm not
real.
gonna put anybody on blast, but I had a hard time finding outlets and not having anybody come back to the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So, like
Yeah,
in
they
that
gotta help you out.
situation, when you're trapped, you're like, okay, everybody's got to at least be looking at the ball, like trying to win
Yeah,
it because somebody's open. I was like, so
definitely.
yeah, it was a pretty rough stretch. But we're hooping now, so just trying to find the shot consistency.
No, that's fire. That's good. Yeah, let's hope we can lock in. I got a game on Monday too, so
Yeah, I know. My ankle was swollen the last night, so I hear you, man.
really.
Once you twist that thing once, it's you got to be very delicate. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
okay. Also another very delicate situation. LeBron and Stephen A. Not. I usually don't like to do this and include this on the podcast episodes because it has nothing to do. Well, partial on the court, a lot of like feuding behind the court scenes, but this is a callback all the way to when LeBron confronted Stephen A. like on the court side.
Yeah.
Apparently the topic was about Brownie. So
Mm.
there's this one game, I think it was against no, he played really well against the Sixers. But Brownie went for like 0 for 4 in like 20 minutes or something like that. Didn't have any points, didn't have many rebounds or assists. And leading up to when Bronny was drafted, LeBron had called Bronny like better than some of the NBA players on the court. So after when Bronny put up like a performance like that and he was not doing well the first half of the season, Stephen A basically called this out as like LeBron putting pressure on his son.
Okay.
Basically, when by calling him better than some of the NBA players already,
Mm.
and the fact that Bronny is not playing up to that potential yet, and he gave Bronny his flowers when he had a great game and said it was like a great development to see.
Yeah.
And then LeBron confronted Stephen A because I think he interpreted it as you're going after Bronny. And maybe in some cases it could be perceived that way. I wanted to get kind of like your stance by giving some of this background.
Yeah.
Because yesterday, LeBron went on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
Basically, and Stephen A's response to it basically said like was disrespected Brian Windhorst, disrespected Stephen A, just saying like you missed the big picture on all of this. And Stephen A fully responded saying, again, he stated this like 3 times. Like it was never about Bronny, it was about LeBron putting pressure on Bronny to be
Mm.
better than some of these NBA players and putting unwanted attention on there. And then all of a sudden, Stephen A went into this rant about how Jordan was better than LeBron. And I was just
Nice.
like sitting there. I'm like, he opened the show for the first 17 minutes talking about
God.
this. I love the level of detail that he went in
Hmm.
because LeBron is kind of just like, I think he thinks it's him against the world because the perception of him when he was drafted and then the decision and whatnot. So
Yeah.
there's like, I could see both sides to this, but I wanted to get your take on what you think of the whole situation.
Yeah. I mean, thank you for the run through. I definitely I've watched a bunch, not a bunch, but like Merriman and I will watch First Take, and I don't. It's hard to take Stephen A. seriously for me sometimes because it feels like all of those shows are just, oh, let's have a question, and then by 5 minutes they're yelling at each other like, how could you think? Oh, do you saying this and that? Like it's just it's a good like I'm here for debating about sports, but it just ends up being like a screaming contest. So that's why I try not to pay as much attention to it. But yeah, I think that LeBron quote is just, I mean, more of anything, just confidence in himself and his son. He's just fully behind him, fully supportive of Bronny. And a big thing, like everyone wants to talk about, oh, Bronny, he's not this good. He's the son of LeBron James, possibly like the second best player ever. Like at least, why is he any better? But then I feel like people just don't remember that Bronny, like what 2 years ago in the summer, like literally almost died, might not have been able to even play basketball. And right, like I understand maybe he's not the best player in the world. I mean, he did kind of have a good game in the G League, like you said a few weeks ago or last week, a few days ago.
No, in the
But
league. In the league.
oh, that was in the league, right? That was in the league.
He
There's
put
one
up
more
30 plus
recent.
points against the Sixers.
Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
But just the big thing is like I don't think it's worth even arguing. Like and even on LeBron as well. Like it's just there's no reason to kind of make this into like a whole like drama. Just two guys just saying things, and then I think I saw like they're saying like, "Oh, I blocked." LeBron's like, "I blocked Stephen A. on my phone." Like, bro, no one really like. I love LeBron. Like, I'm a LeBron. My roommates say I'm like a LeBron Glazer, bro. I don't really care what he does with Stephen A. Man, like, just it's whatever. Like, everyone has their opinion, and I just think it should just be left at that. So it's not a big deal. It's just, and it feels to me, it's always the yelling and the arguments is just to get people to say, "Oh, look at that! They're saying this and that. I have to get in that," or like FOMO for not knowing what's going on. It just feels like a big thing. I know like LeBron being on the Pat McAfee show. Like I don't know why he's just doing all these appearances, and then the same day, yesterday, he drops the teaser for Mind the Game, the second season
I think
with
that was
Steve
why.
Nash.
I think that was why.
Yeah, that's a good thought. I didn't really correlate those two until like
I
right now.
think whenever, because it seemed like in the video, LeBron was looking at the camera behind Stephen A. Like at the end of
Oh,
it,
yeah,
seemingly like he's very he's very tactical about these things when he does it,
yeah,
and I guess that's part of why I I like quieter players in the NBA that are
mm-hmm.
superstars like Dame, because like they wouldn't handle the situation like this. And LeBron has done everything on the basketball court to earn the
Yeah,
respect that he's had. Absolutely. There's like the little things where he's just like petty and he's admitted to this that make me dislike him more. But then
yeah,
even Stephen A, like I think he goes overboard on it. Like
yeah,
I I think it doesn't matter in this discussion, but I think MJ is the GOAT, but LeBron is right up there. And then you
mm-hmm.
got Larry Bird and you got Kareem Abdul Jabbar. Like as like people forget about Larry Bird, like
Yeah,
how insane he was. Like when you watch him play. But that's besides the point. Like LeBron, like how does he sit? Do you address the situation by being like, he's trying to quote Stephen A. where he said it like it's where you're saying it started off with Stephen A. says this. I didn't want to address it. I wasn't going to address it, but since the video came out, I felt the need to address it. And then LeBron's like, "MFer, are you kidding me?" But there's one person that couldn't wait until the video dropped. You could address it. It was you. I'm not gonna. A lot of explicitives on the Pat McAfee show.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was refreshing to get the full unfiltered take on that. But
Mhm.
I'm sitting here and I'm like, LeBron, why are you thinking so much about it? Like that quote right there, it's just it tells me you're like personally disliking Stephen A. and you're letting that get into your situation like this. And it's
Mhm.
one thing to be defensive of your son, but
Yeah.
don't make this a thing between you and Stephen A. And some
Yeah.
parties people are like, he's trolling, and I'm like, I don't see it that way. I think he's doing it for the attention, you know?
Yeah.
Um, like because
I hope he's true.
Gilbert Arenas, I think even was like clowning Bronny at one point, if I'm
Yeah.
wrong. Like so I think and when LeBron says never would I allow people to talk about the sport, criticize players, not allow criticize players about what
Mm.
they do on the court.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, not really, because on the Mind the Game podcast, literally season one, he he said that exact same thing. Like the media doesn't understand that, like, and shouldn't criticize these players for these situations and whatnot. So like that is just factually untrue, and I couldn't take his full perspective seriously. Some things in the episode, like in the Pat McAfee show, were absolutely interesting perspectives, and I learned a lot from watching it. But in this situation, I think he let his emotions get in the way.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, right, once you get your sons when you're very like not defensive, I guess defensive over someone you really love involved, that kind of might
And
overshadow
I
it.
would too. I would too.
Yeah.
Like if my son was in that situation, like not that I have one, but I'm just saying, like in that situation, like I would too. Like I'm not I'm
Yeah.
not saying LeBron shouldn't have done it. I'm just saying the way he's kind of made this him versus Stephen A. Like he didn't need to do this Pat McAfee interview, or he could have told
Yeah.
Pat like I don't want to adjust the situation. I'm
Yeah.
bigger than this. I don't need to. Like
Yeah.
he should have just let Stephen A. keep rambling his mouth, and
Yeah.
then it would
That's what he
eventually have made
does.
him look bad, you know? So
Yeah, that's what Stephen A does. He just talks. So that's what he gets paid to do, right? So yeah. Interesting controversies.
yeah, I mean, I'm pulling up the Zach quote he said about Bronny, because this
Uh,
is after the game against the Sixers.
mm-hmm.
So in over 15 minutes of action, Bronny ended up with 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and then he shot 0 5, I believe, in that game, and that
Oh,
was January 20, 2025, almost 2 months ago.
damn,
And
that's
they're
crazy.
and then LeBron and Stephen A are still going on about this. I'm like, LeBron, you're about to hit the playoffs. Like, why are you spending so much energy on this? But Stephen A said after this game, I'm pleading with LeBron James as a father, stop this. We love what we're seeing from him in the G League because that's where you belong as you hone your skills and you get better. You know what people are saying. You know what people are going to do to this kid. Um, and then, like, in the G League, like, Bronny was averaging 16.3 points and 4.2 assists. But, like, when I read that quote, I'm like, I don't see him personally attacking, like,
Bro.
LeBron. Like, I look at this seeing, like, okay, it's obvious that Bronny got into the league and got a lot of attention out of it because he's LeBron's son. And the fact that he was on the Lakers,
Yeah.
I don't think Rich Paul orchestrated this to happen. Like I
No.
don't believe in that conspiracy at all. But like the fact that it went all the way from like Stephen A saying this, which is a fully like valid take to have. Maybe you went a little bit overboard with saying like as a father stop this. But like LeBron had a hand in like the Lakers wanting to pick his son because on
He's
the
on the
basketball court he
team.
sees certain things where Bronny can help, but then also he wanted to play with his son. That's a
Yeah.
fact. He did say he wanted to play with his son, right? And that's not a bad thing to say either. But like the tension that brings with especially LeBron being like the greatest player in this current generation, like you got to know the effect that has when it's like other people involved, you know?
No, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it's insane.
Okay. Do you got any rebuttal? You don't have to fully agree with me, man. This is
No, I mean, I just like I said, I don't. To me, this is just like fluff, dog. Like this is um, not to fully blame the media because obviously LeBron he responded to it, so it's kind of on him as well. But yeah, this just feels like oh yeah, like any and like how I said in those like sports debate shows how they just argue. It's like oh look, we're loud and making a ruckus. He'll look at us like oh like so that's what I think it was. And like we said, the Mind the Game podcast coming out as well. Get some eyes there. Just being on the Pat McAfee show, that's like huge. I feel like so.
yeah. But Pat to get that type of interview, we didn't even mention this entire time, but that was
Yeah,
well done, Pat McAfee. I love
he's the
watching
coach.
him because like I feel like I can't take most things in life seriously as I'm watching that show. It's a nice reprieve. Like can't take everything seriously 24/7. So um, having that show and having some fun listening to it is definitely a lot of fun.
Uh,
Um, alrighty, I couldn't wait to talk about this topic.
yeah,
I've
man.
been so critical of the Bulls this season. If you've been watching this podcast,
Yeah.
because the worst place they could be right now is middle of the pack, having all these veterans and still
Mm,
having Vucevic.
yeah.
Well, they traded everybody, like every single veteran you could think of on the team except Lonzo and Vucevic,
Mm-hmm.
which disgusted me. But despite that, they have gone 8-2 in their last 10 games, and
Jeez.
they were a blown game away from beating the Rockets and ending their streak, which they're going on the ridiculous streak right now.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, they are looking absolutely amazing. So I just wanted to put some stats on are the Bulls really back?
Yeah.
And do the Cavs and the Celtics have to be scared? I wouldn't go that far, but just some stats to back up what they're doing here. Um, they could like they look like the new version of the Indiana Pacers of last year when after
Yeah.
like after trading Levine, their 3-point shooting went down to 36% on 14.8 makes
Mm-hmm.
per game after the All-Star break. But what's changed is they lead the league with 122.5 points per game and the third most assists at 29.2, playing very unselfishly.
Yeah.
But what have they done since trading Levine? They have got more athletic. They've run up and down the court. I kind of alluded to it by saying they're playing like the Pacers, but like their pace of game is insane. They're scoring the most points in the league on the fast break at 22.7. They
Gee.
posted the fourth highest pace at 102.45 possessions per game.
Wow.
Um, when you have the rookie Mod is saying, I feel like we're the best conditioned team in the league. Guys get tired of playing us, and then like even that said, that's not everything. They're getting the second most points in the paint, and they're taking the most drives in the league. Whenever you're taking the drives, you're opening up angles for the 3-point shot. And Giddy at the clutch moments is
Insane.
making his 3-point shots. You
That's
can no
wild.
longer sag on him. I see teams just sagging on him and wanting him to take those threes, and he's got much, much better. My friend 2 weeks ago said, could Josh Giddy end up
Yeah.
being in the top 10 in triple doubles? And since that's happened, he feels like he's doing a triple
Rack
double
up.
every single night. He almost had a quadruple double
Mm-hmm.
against the Lakers. He ended up with 8 steals. 8 steals.
Oh,
Like,
nasty.
the one things people say about Giddy is like they'll let him take the three and they'll go at him defensively. And somehow he got 8 steals. And the Lakers had a lot of stupid turnovers, but just that alone is just insane what he's been doing.
Yeah, man. I think I've been hearing a bunch about this little run, and I every time I hear it, I'm like, "Yo, Josh, he's probably really happy about this." And I do love the increase of space, and that comparison to the Pacers is very interesting because that's how the Pacers really got a name for themselves last year. And the fact in basketball, I think a big way to really attack your opponent is to like they make a shot. They might kind of backpedal back a little bit, just relax, be like, okay, we're chilling. But if you can get the ball out of the basket, boom, pass it up, maybe like do an outlet pass right there, that puts pressure on them where now anytime they make a shot, they're like, oh man, we have to be locked in, we have to be ready, and that over a whole 48 minutes is tiring. Um, I think that's very interesting. Kobe White, you didn't talk about him, but he's absolutely cooking. I think in a recent game, he had like 30 something points against the
He's had
Nuggets.
35 points like the past 3 games he's played.
He's so good, man. I love him. And the 3-point shooting he's going off, the driving game, and that's another thing. Just I was watching, kind of unrelated. I watched the University of Illinois lose to Kentucky, and I'm literally screaming at my TV, "Get in the paint! Don't pick up your dribble. Keep going. Go all the way into the paint." Like in an era like we always say, like 3-point shooting is so up in this world, and that's how you play basketball in 2025. Getting in the paint doesn't mean we're not shooting any threes. Getting in the paint means we're going to test the defense, see what they're going to do, and then whatever we're going to do, we're going to attack that and get a shot. It might be a layup. That would be great. That's pretty easy. It might be a wide open 3-pointer. Or it might be pass, swing, swing, and you get another layup. Like, I think that's such a huge thing. Ball movement and getting in the paint. Getting 2 feet in the paint is just so critical, and it can't be explained enough. So that's very important. And yeah, I think even Dalen Terry had a good game in there.
Terry's been amazing. Herder, like in different moments.
Carter,
Like
yeah, Trey Jones, Zach Call, like
Trey Jones has been steady. Like
this is a
it's
very interesting team now. And that's the thing. Now you traded Levine and you get back 3 young guys in Collins, Trey Jones, and Kevin
I
Herter.
really like Zach Collins.
Yeah.
For that Bulls team, I really like him because he can do a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's very aggressive on the defensive end too. It's the one move this made is like we have a lot of depth now. Now
Yeah.
it's just up to Patrick Williams and Modest. Like either one of them has to become the big guy, like with Kobe
Mm-hmm.
White and Josh Giddey. You got to trust he can step it up on defense because
Yeah.
Josh Giddey's very good at getting like other guys involved on the offense and like very good at like operating it as like an efficient offense. Like he will get guys in good positions offensively. And
Yeah.
that's super underrated. You didn't really see that with DeRozan and Levine
Yeah.
because they were amazing shot creators,
Yeah.
but not for others. Like they're really good at like the ISO ball and whatnot. And when it's working, it's great. And I think the Bulls are trying to see if we paired Giddy and Levine, would that be able to work?
Maybe.
And again, I'm saying this saying like I would have rather Levine stayed on this team because I think him and White and Giddy just pose such a problem. But now with like Buzel is just like finding himself a little bit. There's still some little things I'm concerned about. But you could do some things with this trio right now in 3 years. But you
Yeah.
can't be complacent. You got to keep building on this.
Get a real center. And I think the big thing that I like about Buzelis more than
Vucevic, I'm sorry, but
we frequent.
that was man. I've been so critical of him, but like that was a real center. Really, we're going that far.
I mean, bro, he's like 30 something. Like pod regular listeners know we're kind of anti Vucevic here, mostly because he's old and he doesn't play defense. But yeah, because I think the age he just feels stiff to me, and you want a center who's either going to play defense or shoot threes really well. Ideally, both, obviously, or a short roll passer. Um, so I think get a real center, and I like Buzelis more because comparing him to Patrick Williams, I think Buzelis just has so much more confidence. Like I feel like I've seen infinitely more highlights in this year of Buzelis than I have of Patrick Williams. Now, obviously, it's hard to compare. Totally different like times they were drafted or whatever, but I mean,
That's like comparing DK Metcalf to like that one video of like Young Wei Koo, the kicker. Like, have
yeah,
you seen that one?
yeah, I could see that. Oh, I think so.
Like they're both in the NFL, and then like one of them's like flexing, and the one has like this just skinniest arms ever because
Yeah,
like he's a kicker. Like that's like Buzelis and like Williams, and they're on the same team.
yeah.
Like as far as like physique wise, they're just completely
Oh,
different players.
definitely.
What
No,
I love
Buzelis
about
is
Patrick
huge.
Williams is like he's one of the best defenders on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Where I need to see him grow, like he plays a lot like Kawhi offensively.
Yeah,
Like you notice he's watched Kawhi a lot, but he doesn't have the same confidence as him offensively.
definitely.
He needs to find it.
Yeah, that's for sure. But really exciting stuff from your Bulls, and I think they were already kind of locked into the 10th seed. Now I think they're the 9th seed. So they're locked into the play-in, interesting area. But I think they'll make it interesting for the playing games, and that'll be fun.
Alrighty. Another fun player. He's back. AD. I'll let you take the floor on this. What do you think of him?
Well, what do I think? First off, I'm so happy he decided to come back. Part of me was like, why come back? He could get injured again, and maybe I just jinxed it, and everything's gonna turn out horribly. Hopefully not, but like he comes back here, he drops, 12 points on Monday, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, a block, plus 12. Kind of chill. He also only played. Did I say how many minutes he played? He played only 27 minutes. That's kind of nice. And to get a win over the Nets, very good. But I think the thing I love most about this is just the fact that he said, this season might be done, it might be cooked, but whatever, man. Like, I want to play basketball, and I want to help this like team and this fan base just get a little bit more excited. Things have been so terrible; it's been really tough. The prospects are just not looking great overall. And he said, you know what? Let's just win some games. It doesn't really matter. Our pick is just our pick. We're not gonna really be able to change too much. I like it. I really like it, and I just love even with this kind of half there Mavs. I think the defense is still good. I mean, we picked up Kai Jones on a two-way, I think, and he's looking mad athletic against the Knicks and the Nets in both of these games. The Kai Jones, PJ Washington, AD as your top tallest guys. That's an interesting lineup, and yeah, that's kind of. I'm just excited. I'm excited to see what the Mavs can do. They played tonight against the Magic. The Magic beat the Lakers earlier this week, and they also shot like amazingly from deep in one game that I just couldn't imagine.
The
So
Lakers are just playing bad defense.
yeah,
Just
I
horrible
mean
defense.
their defense is so predicated on trying hard that how hard can you try at all times? That's a good question, but yeah. Oh, and Najee Marshall, I forgot to say that. He didn't play too well in this game on Monday, but on Wednesday against the Wednesday, no Tuesday, Tuesday against the Knicks, he had 38 points. Like I think that was like the most points dropped at MSG by an undrafted player. Najee Marshall is very interesting. I picked him twice in our little draft, maybe once. I just really like him, and I'm begging for the 3-point shot to lock in because if he could become a deadly 3-point shooter, just catch and shoot, it's very like I see no holes in his game. He's a jack of all trades, and I'd love to see what he can do this year and next year.
Yeah. AD Mavs game, 12 points, 6 rebounds,
Mm-hmm.
3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, and
Yeah,
he
27
played how
minutes.
many minutes? 27.
Yeah,
Yeah, like that's good. Like they're fighting with the Suns right now. Personally, I'd rather
yeah.
see the Suns because I
Yo,
would love to see Diego just sobbing on the floor. But
agree.
but like if they become like elite defensively and like Spencer
Mm-hmm.
Dinwiddie gives them enough, they could they could do some things in the playoffs. Now their
Yeah,
ceiling's not going to be that high, but
no.
that's just going to be a big confidence of the fan base. Like if you just have a healthy AD, things will be all
Mm-hmm.
right. Because you could see how this like why Nico Harrison made this trade from like the we
Yeah.
need to go all in on defense standpoint. It's very valid, but the thing that makes it again horrible is that you didn't get any first round picks out of this. You didn't
Yeah.
maximize the return like of Luka Doncic by talking to other teams. So this is
It's just
probably
tough.
like yeah, exactly. So that's the issue because now your other guy Kyrie would have been perfect for this playoff run. He's
Mm-hmm.
not there because of the ACL tear. So I
Yep.
think it's a good sign though that ED is willing to come back and play the back half of the season. Like you got nothing to lose here. Like really, as far as like the big picture of things. So I wouldn't rule out next season entirely. You got a full
Mm-hmm.
off season to plan on like how do we make
Play
sure that Kyrie is not our only plan to win the
everything.
championship this year. So
Yeah. AD is the main focal point on the team. Is going to be interesting at this stage of his career. So that'll be fun.
100%. Um, yeah, don't mind me. I'm getting the lineup builders. We're about to start the draft
Yeah, no worries.
again. So this time, I forget who we picked on our squad. So I'm gonna go to last week's episode that I uploaded on YouTube for a bit. Check that
Uh,
out real quick.
yeah.
We cannot use the same guys. So
Mm-hmm.
it is absolutely paramount, Diego. You do not pick the same
Absolutely.
guys.
For real. I'm down. Sounds good to me.
Okay. Yeah, just give me 1 second. While you're at it, Diego, if you don't mind pulling up that lineup builder so you can give like your
Oh,
ratings at the end.
yeah.
Because I
Oh,
think we
right, because
both.
we have the. I remember.
Yeah.
Dang it. Wait, I got him. Bonk. Okay, here we go. It was crafted. Okay, let's see what we got going on here.
So let's see here.
My
We
phone.
did.
Here we go, my phone.
So I did Nikola Jokic, Anthony Davis, PJ Washington, Dyson Daniels, and Mikal Bridges. Or was that you?
I did. I did Mikal Bridges. I had Mikal Bridges on my team.
Oh wait, okay, this is me. This is me. I had Giannis, Kyrie, Ant Edwards, Keegan Murray, and Ben Simmons. And then you had Nikola Jokic, Anthony Davis, PJ Washington, Dyson Daniels, and Mikal Bridges. So
Yeah.
we can't use any of those 10 players
All right.
just to get some
So,
diversity in there. So I think since you technically got the better rating in the draft, you had the first pick. I'm gonna share my screen in a minute.
all right.
Let's see here. No, don't end the recording, Josh.
That would suck. Um,
Okay. There we go.
all right. As my first overall pick, sadly, I'm taking Luca. Oh, you just skipped him. He's in the second round.
I thought it was a lower tier player. You know, him in purple and gold is just new to me. You know.
Yeah.
Um, okay, fair. Okay, so we can't use Giannis, Jokic, Shea, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Zion here.
Interesting. Interesting pick. All right. I have my point guard that can do anything on the floor offensively. So now I need someone. I want some more. Ooh, picking up Jaren Jackson Jr.
Okay, I see you.
Oh, you just skipped him.
I'm just skipping these guys. You know,
Right. Yeah. Right. Yes. Now I have defense and I have good defender, possibly rim protector. Maybe
at
not.
$11 left.
It's kind of insane. Wait. Yeah, he's only $6. I'm fine with that.
Okay, alrighty.
hmm I think I know my next pick.
Give me Kawhi Leonard.
Ooh. Yeah, we didn't talk about Kawhi at all. Dog is absolutely cooking right now. He's going ham, and I'm
That's normal.
yes, this is true. All right, my next pick is J Dub, as in All Star Jalen Williams. I got $5 left. I got be strategic.
$5. Okay.
Yep. What are you thinking? I think Derek Lively's very high value while that was out. How is Luca Garza $4? That is insane. That's
Oh
messed
my
up
goodness.
in more ways than one.
Let's see. I'm trying to think of your lineup here. So you got Luca, Jaren Jackson, and Jalen Williams.
Yeah.
Um, and then I got Zion and I got Kawhi. Um, give me Ja.
Mm-hmm. Zion, Kawhi, and Ja very hyper athletic, but then you have a guy that can kind of finagle in there with the middies.
And a point guard.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I'm not saying he's not a point guard, but he doesn't give me point guard vibes, you know? Like, it's not
Can
his
you
first
imagine
time.
him just dunking it and then lobbing it to Zion the very next play, bro?
That's true. I mean, I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but it's not like the first thought in my mind, I guess.
Okay.
Ooh.
Got
Oh,
$5 remaining. Diego's team is on the right, just for everyone's
Oh,
awareness. I'm on the left.
I just picked up Keegan Murray. Holy moly, I got crazy size. All right, I have $3 to play with now.
I kind of picked him last week though.
Oh, okay, I could take him off. I had another guy.
Okay.
He's kind of down there though. Ooh, I'll go Dylan the villain, I guess. I think he's a bit lower.
Who'd you say?
Dylan Brooks. Dylan the villain. Keep going. A little bit more. Oh, right. No, a little bit more. We're almost there. Wait, we should just search them up. They have the names at the top. I just
Why am I
realized that.
scrolling? Yeah. Oh my
That
goodness.
was kind of heinous of us. All right. So I have $3. Are these all $3 guys? Okay.
Dylan Brooks doesn't even play basketball, bro. He just pretends. Even
Yeah.
trolling y'all.
He is probably trolling me. I don't doubt it. Ooh. A lot of interesting picks I can make here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What are you thinking? Ooh. I might go insane with this last pick.
Zion, Kawhi, Ja. Okay, knowing that he's had Jaren Jackson, that's troublesome.
It is troublesome. I'm really liking my lineup right now.
Did we pick Bam at all from like the last two times we did this?
I don't think so.
Okay,
You
that'd be an interesting guy. Torrey Easton's the same price as Bam? That's crazy.
That is actually insane, bro. The costs in this game are kind of fucked up. That's okay though.
Yeah. Do I go crazy and go PJ? Or Clay? Or Giddy?
Giddy would be kind of insane.
I don't know, man. He's balling out. You know
Yeah.
what? Let's not screw around. Let's not screw around over here. We're doing Sabonis.
Ooh, that's interesting. Now you've limited yourself to a $1 player as your last pick.
That don't matter.
My last pick, Tamani Kamara. Lock it in. Ooh, I'm kind of riled
Spell
with
his
this
name?
lineup. TOU. There we go.
I don't even know who this guy is.
You don't know who Tamani Kamara is? Oh my god, bro.
Yeah.
He's insane. He's basically I thinking about someone, either B-Ball Breakdown or Thinking Basketball did a video on him, basically comparing him to like Scottie Pippen. He's really good defensively.
Okay, now I gotta watch this. That is gonna be a good watch then. Oh my
He's good,
goodness.
man. And he can hit threes. The Suns trade him away in the Nurkic trade before he even played a game on the Suns. Insane.
Some of these guys at $1 is really nice though. Can't lie.
Vasily Micic. You have some good guys, and then you just have Jameson Battle. Simone Fontecchio.
Ben Shepard.
Ooh, AJ Johnson kind of been going off athletically as of late. Yo, big body David Roddy. What a guy.
Dalen Terry, Julian Phillips.
Yo, Kessler Edwards.
No, you're absolutely insane. I could.
You could.
I'm looking for like a dynamic guy. Jalen Pickett was playing pretty nice yesterday.
He is playing reasonably well nowadays.
Cam Reddish, if I'm like feeling lucky.
Bro, he just got waived by the Lakers. Is insane.
Yeah, also the Lakers traded away Kuz and Lonzo and all those guys. So I wouldn't put too much stock in what they're doing. Joe Ingles. Okay, let me go up to the top. I saw some guys I liked. What am I doing? Pat Connaughton? Landry Shamet? Those are guys that I feel my need. I'm looking for a shooting guard right here to get some shooting.
Shooting guard.
Give me Eric Gordon here.
All right, that's interesting.
To have him as like the weak link, I'm fine with that because that means you got to pay attention to everybody. So I'm gonna go ahead and submit the lineups here.
Me too. Nice.
What?
They just not let us. Bro, I didn't even do one today. Lame. All right. Well, I
All
guess
right,
we're.
I got mine. I got
Wait,
mine.
what did you do after that?
Oh my! I just hit submit again.
Oh, let's go. All right.
Dude,
Dang.
this is heinous. What did you have as your projected rating for
My
100?
projected rating is 16.0 per 100 and 6.8 lineup synergy. Hey, let's go.
Dude, what is wrong with this lineup? There's nothing. Oh my! I got a projected rating of 10.2 and 5.1 for this. I
Yeah,
got Ja. I got shooting and Eric Gordon. I got Kawhi, who could shoot from three, by the way, too. I got Zion as an explosive guy, and then I got Sabonis.
I feel like
He's like a do-it-all guy.
you might be slightly missing on the shooting.
Bro,
Come
I
on.
have Eric Gordon and Kawhi and Ja. What do you mean?
I mean, you have two guys on the court that if they don't have the ball in their hands, you're not guarding them at the 3 point line. I'll show you mine. And like so, no one's guarding Sabonis. Like obviously he's gonna be in the paint, but if Zion doesn't have the ball, he won't be that good. But here's the thing: first, I got the point guard. Luka's gonna do everything offensively. That's perfectly fine. But then defensively, every other guy, all the rest of the dudes are switching everything.
It don't
Perfect.
matter. We got Kawhi.
Nah, bro. You put if say Jalen Williams is guarding Kawhi, you put Sabonis in the action, boom, switch right there. Jaren Jackson instead. Any of these
Why would I
guys can
put
switch
Sabonis in
out.
the action knowing Jaren Jackson's guarding him? I'll just put Luka in the action every time.
But then we can pre-switch it, and then Lucas guards another guy. It could just turn into a zone. It's just, and all these guys can shoot threes. That's the big thing. Ooh, I love it. I just love defense, man. Long, defensive defenders with 3 point
You can't
shooting.
put Luka and defense in the same sentence. I'm sorry.
It's true. It's not untrue. Yeah, that's kind of it. I've been cooking on these lineups.
Taking the L according to these lineups. I got a problem with. I gotta talk to the owners of this website.
Yeah, you
That's
gotta email
insane.
them.
I'm picking good players,
Yeah.
but we'll see. All right, that wraps us up, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a like, subscribe, so you don't miss a vid. Follow us on our Instagram page at amon.a.mission. We'll continue to upload videos every single week. And until then, we'll see you later. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.